I am Alfred Day, Associate Dean of Students and Director of the Center for Support and Intervention, and I will be your ceremony host today. Before we begin, we take a moment to recognize that UC Berkeley sits on the territory of Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chichenyo-speaking Ohlone people, the successors of the sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Muwekma Ohlone tribe and other familial descendants of the Verona Band. We recognize that every member of the Berkeley community has and continues to benefit from the use and occupation of this land since the institution's founding in 1868. Consistent with our values of community, inclusion, and diversity, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. As members of the Berkeley community, it is vitally important that we not only recognize the history of the land on which we stand, but also we recognize that the Muwekma Ohlone people are alive and flourishing members of the Berkeley and broader Bay Area communities today. As we begin this celebration, we would like to ask that you please put your cell phones on silent and also be aware of any signs and banners to where they are not blocking another audience member's view. We ask that all members of the audience allow your fellow audience members to enjoy the program without disruption. Individuals involved in such behavior may be asked to leave the event and may be referred to the appropriate conduct offices. We also ask that you keep all the aisles clear for safety purposes. I want to personally welcome all of our students, faculty, staff, Cal parents, family members, and friends. As the Associate Dean of Students and Director of the Center for Support and Intervention, I have the opportunity to partner with and be inspired by your amazing Cal students. I congratulate each of you on your students' accomplishments. I also want to thank you for allowing us to engage with your student during their time at Cal. Their presence on this campus has made us a better university and will live on far past this day as they continue to be proud UC Berkeley alumni. I would like to remind everyone that today we are here to honor our graduating seniors and their families, and we hope that everyone will respect this tradition. With that said, it is now time to start our celebration. Please stand to welcome the graduating class of 2021 and the members of the official stage party. And to sing our national anthem, I'm proud to introduce Shefali Das.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I now have the pleasure of introducing your student speaker, a 2021 classmate. She was born and raised in Sacramento, California, and is graduating with 2 degrees, one in political science with an emphasis on international relations, and another in molecular biology. Please welcome Sahar Farmoli.
Hello and welcome, friends, faculty, alumni, and the illustrious class of 2021. I am incredibly grateful to stand here with the rest of my class after the journey we have been through, and what a journey it was. When I applied to universities, I thought of how difficult it would be to go to a new place with harder courses, but I looked to my parents, who came to this country with few prospects and little money and now own a business in Sacramento just a few doors down from the governor's office. With their support, I mustered up the courage to apply to the best public university in the world, UC Berkeley. When I got my acceptance letter, I didn't immediately open it. I was ready for rejection. But after a few days, I thought, might as well delete one more email from my inbox. And there it was. Do you remember the virtual confetti falling across your screen, changing the trajectory of our lives? I never read the entire acceptance letter, only the part that said welcome. And that is what I felt throughout my entire time here, welcomed. While the campus, faculty, and my peers are the most kind and accepting people, that didn't stop me from feeling like an imposter. I couldn't accept the fact that I was wanted, that I deserved to be here. Sitting in a class next to those who seemed to know more than I ever did or could, and who were so far ahead of me, made it hard to feel like I belonged here. It wasn't until I took a genetics course from a professor who was also from Sacramento that something changed. During office hours, she asked me what my goals were. I said to graduate. She waited for a moment as if reading my existence and said, "You know you're capable of anything." I didn't want to cry during office hours, but I pondered that for days. I can do anything. She went on to give me the best advice I had ever received. The only limitations that exist are the ones that you allow to. At that moment, I remembered my parents and how they didn't let their lack of language, limited understanding of US culture, and other perceived limitations to stop them from thriving. At that moment, I became acutely aware that I am here because I belong here. I wasn't given this opportunity, I earned it, just as we all did. With my newfound sense of belonging and encouragement from my advisor, I joined a film club of students who are just as obsessed with films as I was. One of my favorites we watched was Lady Bird, about a girl from Sacramento, written and directed by Greta Gerwig, another girl from Sacramento. I related so much to the characters, emotions, and small references, and to the story of a girl who thought she would never go to the cultured colleges she longed for because of where she came from. She quite literally lived on the wrong sides of the tracks that split Sacramento nearly in two, a symbol of separation of wealth and privilege, a place where many of us find that our limitations lie. But in the film, Lady Bird's mother never let those tracks hold power over her. This reminded me of my mother. Like Lady Bird, I had accepted rejection before it had ever come to me, and my mother was my cheerleader who sent me to school to find role models and mentors. Little did she know that she was the one I looked up to most, a woman who didn't let limitations stand in her way and who never made me feel that there was something I couldn't do. At the end of the film, as Lady Bird is walking away from the screen, she asked her mother, "Do you feel emotional the first time you drove in Sacramento, all those bends I've known my whole life?" She saw that those obstacles were in her head and that life's twists and turns make her who she is. We are an incredibly diverse class of students from every background. Our life experiences made us who we are and have proven time and time again that we can do anything. We are part of a university that led the free speech movement, a university that didn't back down from a fight for justice, a university that, regardless of what the world said, marched forward for equality and justice. Those students before us did things that the world told them was impossible. That is who we are and what we represent. Knowing the history of the people before me, both of those close to me and the historical figures that fought to create the school that I am in now against the odds, I went on to become a part of faculty research. I pursued a second major. I did multiple internships, all because I recognized I, like Lady Bird, like my mother, like the students before me and my peers that I stand side by side with today, am capable of anything. Every one of us is capable of anything. We powered through the pandemic and persevered when it felt like the world was going to end, and now we stand beside our friends, family, and faculty who helped us along the way, coming from our hometowns to follow our dreams in spite of the bumps in the road. To the class of 2021, you made it here. Now go on and show the world what Berkeley students are truly made of.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, winter class of 2021. How are we feeling this morning? How do you feel? Amazing, right? You guys have really made it. Anyway, not to talk your ear off, but good morning, everyone. My name is Brianna Rivera, and I am the president of the senior class. It is my absolute honor this morning to introduce to you our keynote speaker, our very own Chancellor Carol T. Christ. Don't be shy. So to tell you a little bit about our chancellor, Carol Christ began her term as the 11th chancellor of UC Berkeley in 2017. A celebrated scholar of Victorian literature, which makes me very proud as an English major, Christ is also well known as an advocate for quality, accessible public higher education, a proponent of the value of a broad education in the liberal arts and sciences, a champion of women's issues and diversity on college campuses. Krista spent more than 3 decades as professor administrator at UC Berkeley before serving as president of Smith College from 2002 to 2013. She returned to UC Berkeley in January of 2015 to direct the campus's Center for Studies in Higher Education and was appointed interim executive vice chancellor and provost in April of 2016, being named chancellor in March of 2017. Since her return, she has worked to foster community and improve the campus climate for people of all backgrounds, celebrate the institution's longstanding commitment to free speech, strengthen UC Berkeley's financial position, address a housing shortage, and develop a 10-year strategic plan for the campus. Chris received her BA from Douglas College and her MPH and PhD from Yale University. She has authored 2 books, The Finer Optic, The Aesthetic of Particularity in Victorian Poetics and Victorian and Modern Poetics, and has edited or co-edited several others, including the Norton Anthology of English Literature. She is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the American Philosophical Society. Now, everyone, please give me a warm welcome and help me welcome Professor and Chancellor Chris.
Good morning. Congratulations. Let me begin by offering my deepest and most heartfelt congratulations to you, the members of this remarkable and resilient graduating class. Though the fates saw fit to place unprecedented and unforeseen challenges in your path, you kept your eye on the prize, you persevered, and you have prevailed. The successful completion of an undergraduate degree at Berkeley is challenging enough in the best of times. Given what you've overcome, your presence here today is testimony to a truly remarkable accomplishment. We could not be prouder. While this is a day to celebrate your achievement, there's no time like now to express gratitude to and for everyone who has helped you arrive at one of life's great milestones. So let's take a moment to celebrate the fact that we're able to be here together in person without a blessed Zoom screen in sight, and to thank your parents, siblings, relatives, and friends who have supported and stood by you through thick and thin. Let's also take this opportunity to express appreciation for our university's extraordinary faculty and staff who have risen to meet and surmount unprecedented challenges in order to sustain Berkeley's mission and excellence. I must admit that I feel a particularly close connection to your class. I began my tenure as chancellor in the summer of 2017, just as most of you were beginning your academic careers on our campus. I would venture to say that we have together come a long way, and we've learned a lot in the process, with some of the most important lessons coming from a real-life curriculum no one ever anticipated. We learned, and sadly relearned, what have been painful lessons about socioeconomic inequities and the persistence of racism in our country. I know that too many families from across our country and across this room have been hit far too hard by the pandemic and its academic and emotional consequences. I'm also certain that, like me, many of you have been deeply moved by how a series of tragic events have darkened our days with senseless violence, insidious racism, and anti-democratic unrest. We also learned about the importance of community and human connection. Over the course of the last year, we've seen a remarkable coming together of students, faculty, staff, and alumni who have supported each other and our university during long months of challenges and uncertainty. In so many ways, your resilience is a reflection of our campus as a whole. And that resilience is the reason why, in so many ways, our university is emerging from these extraordinary times stronger than ever and I believe that will also hold true for you. It wasn't long after I graduated from college that the wonderful Canadian musician Joni Mitchell sang about how you don't know what you've got till it's gone. And after the many months when it was so difficult to gather and connect with the ones we love, to engage in and benefit from all that a university and its community have to offer, we have come to more deeply understand, appreciate, and value the many things that we once took for granted. We've also learned about the power and meaning of hope. Behavioral and social science teach us that unsettled times of change and transformation also have the potential to facilitate personal and societal learning, growth, and adaptation. The things we carry through life are accumulated over time and through experience, and I'm certain that the things you will carry from your college careers will be unlike anything any previous class has known. These lessons, I believe, are a gift we will treasure and benefit from for the rest of our lives. Now, as you stand at one of life's great crossroads, take a deep breath, pause, reflect, and consider the road that you've traveled and all that you can and will carry with you from Berkeley on the road ahead. And as you venture forth, know that you have left your mark on our university, and I have no doubt that we're the better for it. At Berkeley, the student voice is valued and influential, and your desire to participate in and influence the campus's course in the classroom and beyond was strong and compelling. When in 2017 we were engulfed in controversy and conflict regarding free speech, students played a key role in our decision to organize a free speech commission whose mission was to engage the entire campus community in a discussion about our campus's legacy, the importance of diversity of perspective, and the tension that can exist between freedom of expression and our commitment to a community where all feel welcome and a true sense of belonging. We emerged with a new appreciation for freedom of expression, as well as its individual and communal costs. For that, I thank you. Through your elected representatives, your clubs and organizations, your volunteer work, your participation on committees, and your advocacy, you've helped to fuel our wide-ranging efforts to enroll a more diverse student body that's more truly reflective of the state that we serve. For that, I thank you. And you back that up with more steadfast work and advocacy to make our campus and its community more welcoming, inclusive, and supportive through, for example, the establishment of new student community spaces, including the Latinx Student Resource Center, the Native Community Center, the Black Wednesday Wall, the Disability Community Cultural Center, new spaces for Bridges and QArc, and a Northside meditation space. On the academic front, your unquenchable thirst for learning led us to expand undergraduate participation in research. Your desire to translate your education into beneficial technologies and services accelerated our establishment of programs to aid and abet your innovation and entrepreneurship. And absent your strong intellectual embrace of emerging fields of inquiry, we would never have established our new groundbreaking division of computing, data science, and society. Thank you for all these advances and improvements, for holding us accountable, for ensuring that we never forget that we're here to serve our students, our state, and the greater good. We're living in a historic moment when everything is shifting about us in ways that will have a profound impact on the future. This may be a perilous time, but so too is it a time of creative ferment and possibility, and that's prime time for this public university and for you, our newest alumni. What animates Berkeley is our belief in and commitment to individual and institutional agency, the notion that through the discovery and development and dissemination and discussion of knowledge, we can make the world a better place. As you've seen, these unprecedented times offer unprecedented opportunities for learning about ourselves, our values, the communities and causes we draw strength, meaning, and support from, and about the role of our university in our lives, our nation, and the world. Now more than ever, the world needs all that you have to offer as the beneficiaries of a world-class Berkeley education and experience. I'm confident that by virtue of what you will carry from your classes, your community, and our shared experiences, you're uniquely prepared for what awaits you. You've been taught how to learn by some of the world's greatest teachers. You value the truth and know it must be protected. You believe in science. You've been immersed in a culture that questions the status quo. You know that conventional wisdom can always be challenged, that there's a better way. You know how to thrive, not just survive, amidst diversity of origins, identities, and perspectives. You emerge from a campus culture shaped by thousands of alumni who fought and fight for justice, equity, and inclusiveness. You're change makers at a time when change is sorely needed. You're able to adapt and persevere in the face of challenge and hardship. I can only hope that you share the gratitude I feel for these values, ideals, and aspirations that form the foundation of all that Berkeley is and stands for. May your years ahead be richly rewarding and fulfilling, and may you enjoy much happiness. Hold tight to all the things you carry from Berkeley, and may they always serve you and the world around you well. We're immensely proud of what you've done, and even more of who you will become. Roll on, you Bears. Now it's time to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the PhD degree please come forward? So I who's putting? Advisor here. We're waiting for the advisor. Can someone, who's going to put them? Danielle? Who's putting? Okay. Just go. Yuan Allegretti. Sneha Damal Villaman. Matilde Badual. Congratulations. Hi. Charlotte Vallon, Nathan Bucky, Eric Yongkong Chow, Yojun Kim, Sheila Barry, Eric Arsenault, Quilong Chen, Andrew Sharo, Aaron Jeffrey Velasquez Mao, I'm just bringing it back up.
Sung Ah Chu.
Congratulations.
John Boyle.
Congratulations.
Johan Shearer Smith. Emmanuel Amaro.
Hi. Good to see you. Congratulations.
Kirby Lynch.
Are you going to dance?
Mark Babin. Blake Erickson. Fernando Torrales Acosta. Young Fen Jan. Anushka Gupta. Lu Jiang. Ting Jun Ho. Eric Sivonshi. Yi Zhang.
We got two more before us.
Wen Tao Zhu. Hao Liu. Xiao Kun Pei.
Okay, we'll see you afterwards.
Christopher Pieronic.
How are you today? Good? Only have about 8 hours.
Candidates, you have voluntarily submitted yourself to the traditions of the pursuit of knowledge and have proved yourselves worthy of this high calling. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. You join this esteemed group of colleagues who have also obtained graduate degrees. We welcome you to join us on stage as part of the Academy. We now wish to recognize our students who will receive the master's and bachelor's degrees. With the candidates, please come forward.
Danielle Burnett.
I'll be taking the cards from there. Okay.
Alexander Scott Kleinman.
Here you go. And I'll take the cards when you...
Mark A. Salona. Sumbul Gafoor. Umandu Yao.
Ramin Saeed. I'll take
Zengan Liu.
Camille Aguilar.
Alexander Carlson.
Anika Umar.
Wangsik Chung.
Aisha Mahmoud.
Randall Hale.
Shafali Das.
Sahar Famoli.
Jacob Brito.
Brandon Bernal Gomez.
Alejandro Diaz.
Ahmad Zubai Hamid.
Calvin Kwan.
Sungmin Yu.
Hani Vo.
Kemi Kodama.
Jeff Chen.
Ranking Huang.
Jasper Adams. Let's take this off.
Jacqueline Yu.
Brandon Tett.
Elisa Ng.
Andrew Rugen.
Sheree Song.
Gabriel Baker.
Junghoon Kim.
Namita Chandra.
Sushant Chowdhury.
Dewi Zarni.
Just say Young Soo Kim.
Isaac Engelberg. Kian Murphy Quinn.
Nyanki Awuja.
Samti.
Matthew Drake.
Simone Teklip Dare.
Kevin Liu.
Makeda Grubru
Megan Hansen.
Yusuf Aishinawa.
Zachary Hansen.
Wendy Mao.
Amar Christie.
Yuji Zhao.
Shaheen Zad.
Samita Sen.
Ava Garbarni.
Kellyanne Yee.
Sophia Rose Herbeck.
Rustam Chor.
Torin Danuli Warabi.
Aliana Clark.
Jeremy Hernandez.
Rila Ma.
Juan Carlos Hernandez.
Lauren Harris.
Aiden Higginbotham.
Noah Usman.
Monique Keogh.
Adriana Sandoval.
Narpal Sandhu.
Haley North.
Ashnil Pruitt.
Jesus Aguinaga.
Alexia Rosales.
Destiny Moreo.
Joyce Huneguin.
Jonathan Luo.
Ka Nguyen.
Sophia Wen.
Esperanza Lapera Magallanes. Sorry.
Flora Fan.
Gabriel Anderson.
Aria Lau.
Alicia Oxla.
Ryan Golden.
Danielle Diaz.
Caitlin Randall.
Camila Jimenez.
Brian Rivas.
Alexandra Bear.
Congratulations. Adi Anamalia.
Yasnia Garcia San Pedro.
Felicity Wang.
Vince Maria Quishan.
Saul Martinez. Congratulations.
Anthony Duro.
Riley Olson. Congratulations.
Tyne Twee Nguyen.
Noe Abe.
Kelsey Pearl.
Kendall Kikawa.
Wendy Gonzalez.
Devin Gahn.
Yvette Mendoza.
Suwu Sarah
Millie
Kim.
Hernandez.
Emma Zazueta Lashuno.
Kendi Jacqueline Amaya Morphin.
Justin Douglas Gardner.
Iris Lani Suarez Romero.
Congratulations. Kira Hollenbeck.
Alexander Lim.
Ellen Mills.
Lawrence Edmond IV.
Tina Liao.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Oliver.
Manu Chopra.
Ishan Deshmukh.
Yunner Liu.
Olivia Alexandria Lewis.
Zoe Leffler van Leeuwen.
Duncan Howard.
Kenza Zahashi.
Heather Heck.
Zanang Yalam.
Simiran
Ari
Bhatia.
Ari Chen.
Noah Latlin.
Lisa Watanuki.
Ella Thames.
Kathy Lee.
Aya Hamuda.
Mohammed Javed.
Sarah Hart.
Troy Parker Lipkin.
Anna Liskovich.
Emma Warsnick.
Abraham Jelenik.
Dante Bure.
Samantha Pessler.
Fatdat Ho Win.
Francisco Alvarado.
Raymond Peng.
Aaron Song.
Callum McCleary.
Stephanie Avalos.
Ivan Alvarado.
Ashley Navas.
Kelly Franson.
Kevin Wood.
Sarah Stoyer Ampalor.
Swathi Ramaprasad.
Nicole Alexandra Zarinan.
Catherine Yankova.
Olivia Aspetia.
Kavya Chandra.
Matthew Dorian Domini.
Kayla Brooks.
Daniel Abraham.
Aaron Tam.
Jesnine Arillo.
Stephen DeVita.
Austin Cow.
Alan Paul.
Connor Casson.
Kylie Zeker. Congrats.
Genevieve Rose Friedman.
Zilf Shuen Kirk.
McKenna Gordon, apologies.
Jacqueline McIntosh.
Yo Young Jong
Audrey Cow.
Ming Gao.
Brianna Nguyen.
Lois Wong.
Ana Lucia Ralda Diaz.
Madeline Klein.
Hi. Andrea Vanessa Di Batista Gonzalez.
Novia K. Fitzgibbon.
Yemen Tuan Kian. Yemen Tuan Kian.
Phoebe Gross.
Diani Parek.
Andreas Morales.
Janie Chen.
Gary Zhu.
Mary Mijares.
Kyra Johnson.
Garrett Ivan.
Samuel Hooven.
Rachel Lee.
Yiming Sun.
Annika Rayday. Congratulations.
Siyu Hay.
Alan Kim.
Q.U. Liu.
Herjot Singh Dinsa.
Chu Zhen Wang.
Manvir Singh.
Han Di Zhu.
Simran Kaur.
Hauran Su.
Amanda Abu Saif. Congratulations.
Yuan Ri Zhang.
Mariah Diego.
Pascal Conte.
Emma Uraj.
Brian Pasquale.
Shinchan Yang.
Rafael Flores Cabrera.
Lawrence
Kashi Onyadar.
Kiana Tran.
Sarah Abadebe.
Gabrielle Nguyen.
John Stewart.
Andrew Din.
Nata Arias Abarca.
Joseph Park.
Diego Holguin.
Anna Koryanowitz.
Nancy Merade.
Matthew Wong.
Nikki Bashin.
Daniel Alexander Reidenbach.
Maria Ray.
Gabriel Pareko Engel.
Brittany Portillo.
Alex Uchana.
Yanira Moreno.
Futao Huang.
Matthew Rosbero.
Mei Wen Su.
Meg Kurana.
Andrew Rodriguez.
Michael Owanto.
Alexander Reed.
Ann Dabasinskas.
Mei Chun Yi.
Arik Congo Berksitaran Strange.
Sunwei Gu.
Alicia Madden.
Ratu Orik Laru.
Melissa Gladiola Malia.
Alberto Ibarra.
Miles O'Brien Schreidi.
Jose Esquiel Jacoba.
David Feingold.
Micah Ferris.
Miguel Angel Alcacer Rodriguez.
Mira Meta.
Argine Evaizi,
Madison Strassman.
Christopher Diaz,
Alicia Jameson.
Luis Cortez Reyes,
Danielle Sugano.
Juan Carrillo,
Audrey Slatkin.
Vanessa Hernandez Cruz,
Zihan Chen.
Salvador Flores Garcia,
Xingji Yu.
Jesus Aguilar,
Ubena Aido.
Madeline Dayer Livingstone,
Emma Weston.
Carmela Blasado,
Emily Smith.
Alondra Peregrino,
Majid Asamur.
Angelo Vernietti,
Oscar Salarzano.
Fiona Green,
Justin Cheng.
Hannah Pryor,
Tu Quinn Fan.
Vanina Marie Lansangon,
Isaiah Woosley.
Hannah Jiwoo Han,
Julio Deandra.
Seri Huang,
Sonia Vargas Mariquez.
Bohen Young,
Guadalupe Veta.
Anchi Chang,
Philip Rojas Sullivan.
Grace Liu,
Let's see.
Maya Alexandra
Anthony
Kit,
Truisi.
Jiaoju Chen,
Zion Aviad.
Joan
Oh,
Wee,
Marcini. Justin Liu.
Li Wen Zhang,
Vivian Zhang.
Yanhui Chen,
Lindsay Guan.
Liang Chi Yuan,
Julia Jiwan Lee.
Jinji Wu.
Tess Werhane.
Junlong Lee.
Ariel Kang.
Skylar Mack.
Jason Ash.
Jishue Joshua Jia.
Daniel Batista. Marwa Deuced.
Yuan Shu.
Lakeview Singh.
Ri Xiao Zhang.
Michael Campos.
Nathan Lutz.
Chidapa Fonasakawan.
Andres Mendez.
Phoebe Pham.
Jason Rodriguez.
Christy Deer.
Jorge Angeles.
Sandy Lamb.
William Brinkeroff.
Melissa Navis Tanus.
John Joaquin Aristide Tejada.
Colby LaBounty.
Ryan DiCenzo.
I got it. Jane Garrington.
Xue Wei Wan.
Garlington. I'm sorry. Alejandra Hauriji.
Wayne Zhu.
Iniguis.
Yi Young Tsai.
Steve Cow.
Cho Tsing Tsui.
Billy Lin.
Shu Zhao.
Anfuk Bui.
Jonathan Choi.
Jocelyn Shin.
Brandon Ochoa.
Siddharth Gangrade.
Molly Robbins,
Britannia Renee Lee.
Shannon Brumley,
Grace Mosier.
Sandra Rosales,
Piang Patrick Chen.
Brandon Walker,
Liang Xia.
Brandon Tring,
Hamzung Chi.
Abigail Estes,
Smin Na.
Melinda Luo,
Heather Vanek.
Uma Karki,
Mansi Chudasama.
Amanda Jang,
Rebecca Hernandez.
Te Hao Wei,
Pavini Sethi.
Siyu Meng,
Alexandra Mizenin.
Yu Hong Fong,
Chantika Saono.
Ting Chi,
Maria Elena Rivera Hernandez.
Yi Yang Jiao,
Amira Ismail.
Colleen Lee,
Josephine Buckhand.
Lorenzo Hampton,
Stephanie Plowden.
Connor Duncan,
Jody Jepson.
Sarvanes Pakzad,
Aditya Sishan.
Christian Joel Pineda Diaz,
Kemi Lashore.
Alexandra Murad,
Hu Waimin Tao.
Pranav Prabhas,
Anastasia Lay.
Warun Seval,
Colby Wang.
Dhruv Krishna Swami,
Josephine Kim.
Amanda Wong,
Rina Yan.
Eric Vo,
Ivy Lin.
Alexander Young,
Grace Q.
Ingyan Wang,
Elaine Gao.
Temesgen Jide,
Justin Tatin E.
Ryan Min.
Shaks. Thank you.
Thomas Herrero,
Nicholas Brandenburg.
Michael Duroda,
Woo Sung Chung.
Vivian Nunez,
Mohawk Butch.
Sumana Gahari,
Nir Levine.
Olivia Herring,
Ashwin Vangjipuram.
Mariana Mosqueda,
Ishan Sharma.
Hope Delgado,
Vincent Lay.
Amy Tran,
Amy Tong.
Raymundo Saldana Jr.,
Vicky Yunchi Liu.
Denise Calderon Ojeda,
Mai Yang Veng.
Mona Williams,
Livia Jones Solari.
Chris Zavik,
Ilona Yobank.
Michael Tufink Chen,
Min Lee.
Gabriel Ventura,
G.U. Thank you. Yu-Ji Zhang.
Brenda Mejia,
Ray Clyde Vayasinor.
Joshua Munford.
Philip Lee.
Alexandra George.
Kat Huini.
Shizo Min.
Isaac Perez.
Sufang.
Ray Tin Yuang.
Ji Young Shu.
Freya Wuhang.
Puang.
Thank you. Paula Shanai Nordstrom Miranda.
Chi Liang Chen.
Thank you. Jasmine Maria Solorzano.
Pelson.
Archimedes Cruz Duque.
Tiffany Huang.
David Vincent Bionis Pack.
Ayis Huya Zauri.
Justin Carlu Mendoza Lim.
Lynn Marcotte.
Okay.
Sarah Lee.
Floridane Ikwan Puran.
Sophia Shaw.
Isha Duhake.
Amy Kim.
Christian Ashley Lopez.
David Zhu.
Thank you. Umog Gomu Thi Na Yagam.
Songbei Kim.
Roberto Camberos.
Erin Fernandwood.
Melissa Santos.
Anthony T. Dunn.
Isaac Zhang. Zemhar Teklu.
Abricate Stewart.
Brian Kwan.
India Kiefer.
Charles Reynolds.
Tucker Beachman.
Elizabeth Tang.
Chinwei Lee.
Judy Wang.
Ku Lee.
Mia Wan.
Julie Hernandez.
Noah Goldfarb.
James Guzard. Sorry.
Jian Kwan.
Mi Tang Gao.
Afaf Al Guhani.
Isabel Sanchez.
Alexandra Mulek Ferry.
Brian Ament.
Joyce Zhu.
Jigu Han.
Hang Fan Zhou. Okay.
Gabriel Marsicala Zamora. Sorry.
Y.E. Chang.
Sokoro.
Si-Ying Chung.
Jacob Wiley.
Geronimo Walker.
Kevin Ziholski.
Nolan White.
Constance Beckward.
Kara Ip.
Sierra Cannoli.
Ji-Yun Wu.
Emily Velasquez.
Connor Lin.
Zane Hasnain.
Wigdam Moharam.
Luis Cortez Garcia.
Michael Wong.
Hillary Tawane Train.
Stephen Lai.
Louis Zorilla.
Denyun Park.
Ali Naikunya.
Yunjun Kim.
Sang Hyop Lee.
Lan Wu.
Citra Fatria.
Tiffany Lee.
Andrew Jensen.
Morgan Lamberti.
Chantal Razwani Gambua.
Zia Durrani.
Kimberly Saley.
Griffin Christian Prechter.
Ray Chan.
Van Ton Chung.
Ho Seng Lee.
Aiden Ton.
Tian Lun Xiang.
Mark Shacker.
Grant Dorsey Husky.
Jason Bustani.
Grace Hauser.
Josh Mao.
Yuting Lee.
Toby Simmons.
Angus Carey.
Li Chen Yu.
James G.
Ryan Marta.
Jingzhou Joy.
Isabella Lee Rubio.
Katerina Stroud.
Wan Jung Chu.
Michelle Yin.
Si Ying Crystal Zhu.
Sophia Jing.
David Marcini.
Tianyi Huyang.
Brian Villette.
Luzandre Mendez Reyes.
Raphael von Busch.
Arena Sarira Standik. Sorry.
Olivia Sandoval.
Connor Whiteloo.
Araceli Borja.
Dylan Penn.
Shannon Ballon.
Xavier Francisco Gutierrez.
Nuria Garcia Rivera.
Hisham Jarmag Hayani.
Zachary Ding.
Isabella Avara Beach.
Daniel Park.
Shadrima Shabarwalwa.
Byung Min Park.
Daruvid Ashuhu.
Gabriela Venezuela.
And Rudha Vangala.
Zizi Lu.
Edmund O.
Don Young Kim. Allison Yian Chen.
Jui Chen Pu.
Chai Yi Yen. Edmund Tu.
Cindy Feng Cui.
Marcos Lopez.
Sadia Khan.
David Bocanegra.
Sophia Sharifi.
Kyle Mack.
Rukia Mohammed.
Ariana Penn.
Claudine Narayan.
Ryan Helgens.
Hemming Wu.
Song Hee Hyung.
Fan Chen Wan.
Ziyong Zhang.
Haley Choi.
Nico Rumihio.
Lydia Zhou.
Sarah Hussein. Radine Carr.
Weiyu Wu.
Elijah Phipps.
Felix Lee.
Vivian V. Nedelchev.
Richard Ho.
Christian Licona.
Kaylee Nielsen Pierce.
Thao Win.
Ibrahim Abul Fatu.
Yulin Guo.
Hung Tran.
Eric Navarrete.
Gillian Yu.
Catalina Herrera.
Daniela Rodas.
Celine Spathius.
Sharif Saleh.
Christian Elfson.
Thank you. Jibiao Peng.
Suresh Krishnan.
Hi, thanks. Yi Lee.
Alina Casey.
Chen Yang.
Jing Yan.
Xingyi Elaine Tan.
Xinyu Fu.
Angel Jiang.
Yahira Martinez Beltran.
Jiaying Zelia Zhang.
Jeffrey Murin.
Wenli Fei.
Ciel Benedicto.
Sojung Ro.
Shayla Garbo.
Jianing Yu.
Maria Damien.
Zainab Vlani.
Huing Win.
Kenza Zahidi.
Ashley Perez.
Mehdi Aurora.
Gustavo Aguilar Ramos. Xiaojin Ma. Changyue Yuan. Desiree Castellanos Ordonez. Jesse Dustin Lopez. Shi Yao Lu.
Edgar
Michelle-
Flores.
Michelle Tang. Harvey Coleman.
Thomas Ragsak.
Sina Shakarana.
Christopher Hu.
Dolores Pascal.
Grace Lou Santos. Sunny Sun.
Aldaji.
Wang Ting Lu.
Christian Dagdegan.
Soleil Cervantes.
Alexis Diaz.
Kelly Elaine Lopez.
Mariana Soto Sanchez.
Leila Namaste.
William
Sorry.
Ghazali.
Jordan Collins.
Ziyong Han.
Vanessa Hernandez Denise.
Zhengguanglu Wang.
Anna Farrell.
Yasmin Reyes.
Kamal Thind.
Samuel Mountain.
Julia Estrada.
James Cheney.
Tanya Beatty.
Chufan Gua.
Ryan Norris.
Lucy Hay.
Nicholas Williams.
Anvisha Saxena.
Andrew Boutros.
Marcus Plutovsky.
Mohamed Morsi.
Nancy Huang.
Jacob Ivan Hendry.
Spencer Jordan.
Naveed Naziri.
Kelvin Velate.
Sharjil Laik.
Victor Gonzalez.
Hams Leek.
Alex Kwong.
Ethan Asena.
Jolie Leung.
Sean Farrer.
Bailey Mobile.
Madison Summerfield.
Christopher Brooks.
Peyton Reynolds.
Carly Sparacino.
Jasmine Trong.
Vanessa Vallejo.
Ashley Lee.
Hyohun Kim.
Henry McCullen.
Amber Wu.
Adeline Smith.
Claire Ritchie.
Andrew Madrid.
Mikhail Zerebninko.
Tianchi Jung.
Junbin Lee.
Sanan Chen.
Bongyin Boon.
Hao Young Lee.
Ryan Kai Pin Ko.
Z Zhuo.
Andrea Guerrero.
Hete Liu.
Nancy Wong.
Pooja Bate.
Aislinn Liu.
Madeline Lee Newby.
Melanie Tong.
Ryan Wilson.
Oliver Krinsman.
Juntao Hu.
Brianna Rieno.
Linjing Luo.
Andrew Pitts.
Chen Yuan Ma.
Jessica DeSena.
Howard Shi.
Hannah Claykag.
Z Go.
Ariela Gutierrez.
Yuhan Chen.
Imu Trip.
Ansh Nanda.
Haley O'Brien.
Sad Jamal.
Chenya Huang.
Vignesh Subramanian.
Shio Iguawala.
Hunyang Yun.
Chelsea Castlebury.
Dennis Armas Ayan.
Long Tong.
Dominic Arnand.
Charlie Yu Fang Wu.
Neeraj Hablani.
Justin Pio.
Isabel Kash.
Christian Rodriguez.
Sebastian Ayala.
Ryan Lee.
Selena Ding.
Francis Yu.
Anita Wang Lin.
Yu Xiao Chen.
Sukyu Kong.
Wei Li Hu.
Veronica
Wan Hee Hao Ho. Oh, sorry.
Aija Leon.
Daniel Waskun Balnik.
Emily Liu.
Jung Yuan Lee.
Annabelle Raven.
Lei Lee Root Sorry.
Nicole Wu T. Sorry.
Sandra Ber Smug.
Sunjum Upul.
Claire Michael.
Erica Zhu.
Josun Lin Su. Joel Chu.
Gregory Gilliam III.
Ming Hu E Ike.
Kaushik Das.
Adrian Landeros.
Roberto Sanchez.
Andres Landeras.
Braga Yolo.
April Shin.
Sorry. Bailey Anna Kitchen.
Yuri Takahashi.
Hannah Kumbrock.
Aditi Mahajan.
Will Edgar.
Shirley Nguyen.
Emily Alvarez.
Risha Balreddy Gauri.
Alisa De Leon.
Leah Wang Zhou.
Eduardo Jacobo.
Erika Wu.
Zi Hua.
Diego Jones.
Di Shi.
Jake Matthews.
Brandon Navarez.
Kian Zuhori.
Matthew Tao.
Sarthak Arora.
Pione Chung.
Catherine Fox.
Alexander Trucks.
Ashlan Arrow Necklace Finn.
Mohammed El Gabawi.
Tyler Clark.
John Byrne.
Griffin Walsh.
Jordan Gonzalez.
Eleanor Moriel Hammond.
Andrew Raphael.
Pauline Isabel Bautista.
Kiara Pierce.
Maya Fasilo.
Kimberly Rodriguez Dominguez.
Bridget Chanel Jaramillo.
Anna Maria Corton.
Jasmine Tuasan.
Matthew Gordon.
Vanessa Gabahia Alu Aroba.
Haley Solares.
Damaris Hernandez.
Elise Makanich.
Cassidy Rodriguez.
Hannah Adams.
Carolyn Harris.
Rachel Swimmer.
Taylor Ferguson.
Elise Garreau.
Rainey Wells.
Dylan Earp.
Ritik Tota.
Summer Bombard.
Ryan Tan.
Riley Neville.
Zitao Peng.
Nikita Mohapatra.
Avery Livin.
Derek Ong.
Scott Cameron Schwab.
Timothy Huang. Elena Kwan. Thank you. Alma Areca Garcia. Jessica Chang. Kimisato Wago. Kevin Yu. Luis Alberto Flores. Angelique Donahue. Everardo Castaneda. Lauren DiMaggio. Maya Siyang. Alexander Shadell. Eden McEwen. Shishir Dolakia. Shushank Dolakia. Devaki Dikshit. Haley Brianna Patton. Faith Michelle McLeod. Yonso Kim. And last but not least, Gregory Sean McErrit.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Sciences, Bachelors of Arts, and Bachelors of Science. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left side. Now please stand as we sing Hail to California. You may find the lyrics in your program. We'll be led by Decadence a cappella. Please stand as you are able.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. It has been a wonderful celebration. Congratulations, graduates, and go Bears! Please wait for the official party to recess before meeting the graduates out on Speaker Plaza. Congratulations.